Hey shippers! Today I want to talk to you about something that's really important but really unsexy, and that is your digital files. Now I'm not talking about your website, I'm talking about your Word documents, your spreadsheets, the things that you use every day in your business, photos, social media images. Where are you storing these things, and can you find them quickly and easily when you need to? I was a really bad culprit of just scattering things everywhere in temp folders and dated folders, and it was a hot mess. It wasn't pretty. And I finally spent 3 weeks just organizing my files and creating a system. There's that word again, and it was life-changing. So I'm going to encourage you to take a step back and really think about how you organize the digital assets on your computer and create a system for that. That way, when you need something or when your team needs something, you'll know exactly where to get it. And the second thing I'm going to say about this is that you need a cloud storage solution. Your files need to be backed up, and if you have a team, then it's essential that they be cloud-based so that everybody can get to the files that they need when they need them. And I'm going to encourage you to choose just one service to do this. For a while, I was using Dropbox in my personal life and Drive for my business, and I had files scattered between both. Choose one service to be your cloud backup storage. So it could be Google Drive, could be Dropbox, could be Box, whatever it is, choose one thing. And I like to follow the rule of one, meaning I'm trying to audit all of my services so that I'm only using one tool for the given task that it's made for, and not having a ton of overlap. And that is also going to save you a ton of time in your business. So let's go into the studio and I'll give you an example of how I organize my files. All right, we're back in the studio and I've set up an example of how I organize my company files, and it's going to be different depending on your company and what you do and how big your team is, but hopefully this will give you a head start and give you some ideas to get started. So the first thing I have is a private files folder for things that I don't want my team to see, or only sort of executive level people can see. So if I'm going to use a cloud-based service, then you want to use something that gives you permission control so that you can control who has access to what folder. So things I would keep in here are things like finance files, HR things, legal files and contracts and things like that. And then I have a company team folder, and that's where I would keep files that I want everyone to be able to have access to. So I have a master folder for my company. I have a master folder for the Working Websites course and everything to do with that. I have a folder for client files, and then I have social media files and video and audio and photos. So you might organize this a little bit differently depending on how your brain works, but the point is to pick a system and then stick with it. Now inside this company master folder, I have things like business cards. If I want to go and order more Moo cards, I know exactly where to go to get those files and re-upload them. Things about hiring. So this might be things that the team needs to access. So onboarding files and things like that. Everything to do with marketing and everything to do with my website files. So maybe some backups, images, logos, anything to do with the website would go in here. And then same for the Working Websites course. In this folder, I have everything to do with the planning of the course, the marketing of the course, the actual course content, videos, image files, etc. go in here. And then in my client folders, I have a folder for each client, and then I have a structure that basically mirrors the process I go through when I take on a new website project. So the first thing I do is discovery, and so I have a discovery folder where everything related to that goes into this folder. And then I have onboarding and some things that every client needs to know when they start working with me. So I keep all of those things in this folder. A folder for meeting notes, a folder for any reports, a folder for documentation, which I'm really big on documenting things as we go and making those accessible. And then a separate project folder for everything to do with actually creating the website project. So a place for if the client needs to share content with me, they would put it in this folder and I would give them access to this on Dropbox or Google Drive. A place for all the images, including icons, logos, and photos, and then a place for any video content, any audios, if someone's doing a podcast or something like that, any backups, including website backups, and then anything to do with the design of the website, with forms. So if I'm creating a web form for them for their site, I might take an export of that form and store it here as another form of backup. And then any lead magnets, so any freebies that we create for the client would go in here. And then if I purchase any premium plugins or the client purchases premium plugins, I would keep a copy of those plugins in here. So that's an example of how I organize files in my business, and I hope that gives you some motivation and a jump start to start getting your files in order, because when you are able to just need something and know exactly where to put your hands on it and then move on with your day, it really is a huge boost for your productivity. That's what I have for you today. So if you like this video and you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel and head on over to the blog for more videos like this. And if you want to know all the tools that I use to make my tech life easier, you can go to carveldigital.com/tools and you can sign up to get that information and a bunch of other useful things as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.